two good wins. I think we had a good week, a productive week, got better in practice, especially on the early part of practice with Monday and Tuesday. But it's good to get back home, play consecutive home games, and then put 2 wins together. So hopefully that'll give our guys a lot of confidence going forward into a finals week. It's always good and bad when you have a long break, 10-day layoff. It's good to finish up the academics parts of it, but I wish we were still able to play a game this coming weekend, but unfortunately we're not. But we'll be here home against Southern Illinois, which great rivalry. Be a great home game and a chance for us to put 3 in a row together.
Coach, how do you deal with the long layoff? Obviously, this is the longest y'all had so far this season.
I get a chance to go recruiting, so that's good. Because we can mix up practices and individual workouts and different things like that. So I'll actually be gone most of this week recruiting and trying to see guys that I need to see. But it gives our guys our opportunity to get better academically, finish up strong. We'll practice today. We'll do some individual. I may give them 1 day off during the week. They just kind of can have a casual day off, or maybe they just come by, shoot free throws. We'll have an individual workout, 1 day, split groups where we can really focus on, offensive execution, and then when I get back, Thursday, Friday, we can get back in the gym and, so just kind of mix it up between individuals, maybe a day off here and there, not here and there, just 1 day off, but, practice, and then, before you know it, Sunday, Monday are prep days for Southern Illinois. So it'll go by quicker than you think.
Talk about the inside guys who seem to be, especially Jonathan Farrell, seems to kind of be getting it, I guess, as far as his offense goes, and also staying out of foul trouble. It's a big step for him.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Jonathan, and when I see him today, I'll talk to him about it, is understanding what we want to do offensively, really working for post position. I thought if you really watched the tape, I thought Lipscomb kind of out-toughed us a little bit, really fighting us hard, not to, to front us, to not let us good post position. And, we got to work with him on that and understanding the execution from an offensive standpoint. But, I thought he rebounded. He went to the glass more. He finished around the paint better and making strides there. But, my biggest thing with him will always be on the defensive end is, getting in a stance, being disruptive defensively, being able to force in the paint. And those are things we really got to work on with him. And obviously free throw shooting. But, he's making strides. You can see him, crashing the glass. He had a couple big putbacks the other day against Lipscomb.
Talk about getting TJ back and kind of give us an update on his season.
Having TJ back is great. Now you pay more attention to TJ in practice. And so I've told him, I said, all them crazy passes you make that I say something about, now it's, now you're going to be judged a lot harshly on those, and he understands that. But right away, he gives us a defensive presence when he comes in a game. I think a guy that you can say, all right, you need to really limit this guy. You really need to be on the point guard. So I think that's huge. And then it gives us another guy on the perimeter, A, who can make a three, and then B, who can get his own shot off the bounce. So, and it's not going to come on the first game. I hope it does, but – I'm going to tell him, don't press it. Just play hard, play smart, play loose, and have fun with it. But don't press, because it's still a long season. Conference is still a couple weeks away. So, I just want him really tuned in by the time we play SEMO here January 2nd.
With this being his first game, how much playing time are you planning on giving him, or have you even thought about that yet?
I won't change the lineup as of today. I won't change our starting lineup, but he'll play. He needs to be ready to go. Whether he plays 25 minutes or 20 minutes, he's going to play. I'm excited about that.
I was looking at Dexter's stats. He's already made as many two-point field goals this year as he made all of last season. Obviously, I guess that's been a focus of yours to get him to take the ball to the basket.
Yeah, he's just, we a little bit with the new rules, you want to drive the ball more. Some other reasons is we're doing a couple little bit things differently. Some different things offensively. Where it's giving him some angles to drive, and he's doing a better job. He's got to get, when he gets in traffic in the middle, though, he's got to make better decisions. He's turned it over a couple times where he gets in there and he gets too deep, and athletically he just can't jump up and make a play. But he's, instead of making the home run play, he can make a simple play for a penetrating kick three, which he did against Evansville, made a great play for Jeffrey Moss for a huge three. So, he's gotten the free throw line a little bit more. He's made his free throws at a decent clip. And he is putting the ball down, and we need him to do that. He's doing a good job for us right now. To finish up about Zay Henderson, I don't know about him right now. Eric hasn't told me anything yet. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more information today from Eric. I know he sees the doctor this week, but I hadn't been told yet a date or anything like that. But I don't see him making the progress back like Sapp's ready to go, where he knows he's playing minutes on next Tuesday. I don't know if Zay will be ready for that or not, if it's going to be not until conference.
With Zach coming back, lose Rambo, in his natural position, does that help take your time with Zay a little bit more?
Well, it actually, to be honest, it actually crowds up the perimeter a little bit more, because Rambo really would want to be at the 3, and Sapp is really going to play some 2-3 for us. So what it gives us an opportunity to do now, though, is put 4 guards out there, and with all guys that can make a shot. If Dexter, Jeff, Cam, and Moss are all on the floor at the same time, you're playing a 4-guard lineup. Problem is I can't, we've got so many different mismatch lineups that I'm giving the guys too much stuff right now. So we're doing some good things offensively if you watch the tape, but we're not getting the ball to the right guy. We're not getting the ball in the right spots. But what we're doing, guys are wide open, and we've just got to take more time to maybe limit our package, and be a little bit more effective that way. No, but I mean, we've had 2 games this year where we finished with 6 guys, and I never thought I'd see that either. So. Dexter, leaving St. Mary's, I was really down on Dexter, frustrated. Thought he really struggled out there. Then he got back, and he was really, really sick, and maybe it had to do a lot with that. The Middle and St. Mary's games, maybe he was, going through he had a virus, and his blood cell count was really low, because he's really responded, I think, the last 2 games and played for him very, very well for him.
Jarvis is averaging a double-double for the team, and he's been really big for y'all on the rebounding side. Can you kind of compare him to maybe a guy like Ed Daniel that you've had the past couple years has really been helpful on that end?
Jarvis, I said it, I've said all along, since he's got here, I think he's one of the best, if not the best, just pure rebounders that I've been around here since I've been here. What the difference in Jarvis right now and a guy like Ed Daniel's IQ for the game and understanding of the game was at such a high level for his time here and it's nothing we just walked in and said, hey, Ed, this. Ed just had a great feel for the game, understanding rotations and how to hedge ball screens or how to change ball screens and angles. Jarvis is in the process of learning that. And once Jarvis can get all that stuff, sometimes you can overload Jarvis with too much. I just need to let him go play because athletically he can make a lot of good things happen. But we just got to keep harping on him on the defensive end, working with him to get the ball. We got to get him the ball more in the post because he can score around the basket, and then working with him against double teams. But just pure rebounding, I thought that since the first really I've been around him is that he's as good of a rebounder as we've had since I've been here. And he's 6th in the country right now in rebounding.
How would you evaluate Cameron's play so far?
I don't think Saturday was one of his best games, but then you still look at his stat sheet, and I think he had 5 assists, 1 turnover. Is that right? 6 assists, 1 turnover. I just thought he was a little bit shaky with the ball at times. Had a couple passes where he could have made a better decisions. 1 turnover was a long pass across the half court, but I think his assist to turnover ratio as a freshman has been outstanding. I mean, it's over 2 to 1, I believe. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I mean, it's over 2 to 1 assist-to-turnover ratio as a freshman. That's terrific. I mean, there's a lot on his plate. We just got to – the biggest thing that he's got to get improvement is shot selection, because when we've turned it over, we've given a lot of transition baskets off turnovers and off of poor shot selection. We just got to clean up his shot selection a little bit. I don't want to take his aggressiveness away. And then we just got to get him better on the defensive end of the floor, being able to guard the ball. And that's the good thing about TJ coming back. Cam will kind of slide off, and he'll be able to guard the 2 a lot instead of the point guard. And I think that'll help because Cam has a good feel about how to help, and how to be in passing lanes and how to help on the weak side. So, but as a freshman right now, I said all along, I think Cam's got a chance to be a special player here. He's just got to continue to get bigger, stronger in the weight room, but that's going to come in the off season. And he's got to make free throws. He's 55%. I'd have never dreamed that from him. So I think his percentages are a little low offensively because of shot selection. At times, but he's leading us in shot attempts. But you still look at he almost has 50 assists. He's almost 5 assists a game, 2 to 1 assist to turnover. I go back to that's terrific. I think the last week, I gave all those kids, they had to give me one word when we got back from St. Mary's about what one word are you going to take to heart about helping us change our program and our team right now. And his word was approach, and I think he's taken a different approach to things. And I don't know if the 2-game stats are in here or not, but his 2-game stats are tremendous. That I think 17 points a game, almost 50% from 3. Put him on the best team's best player the last 2 games. I think he's had played with a different sense of urgency the last 2 games, and he has to play like that for us to be good. So I was proud of him with his effort. He's been really good for us the last 2 games. I think they're good. I hadn't seen them much today. I'll see them later this afternoon. Just 1 or 2 have been through the office, and I've been gone. So, but I think they're upbeat. It's always good that when you can teach through wins. You can teach through losses as well. But when you can win and teach, is very good. And the one thing they need to understand, though, is, we won a couple games, but, hey, we still got to get a whole lot better. And that's what I want them to understand is, we've won these last 2 games. Our schedule has kind of flipped a little bit now to where we're at home, against, some teams right now that, we should be in position to win and games right now. But we got to still get better, because we struggled against the zone against Lipscomb, but we were open. Guys were wide open in the mid-post, and we didn't make those plays. Guys didn't execute what we were doing, and that's what they have to understand, that if we can do that, then we can take another step. Yeah, well, first and foremost, I think it changes us defensively. I think that's the thing I'm most excited about is when he goes in the game, he can guard the point guard. We can put him on the point guard and really try to disrupt the defense a little bit more. And that'll help everybody, being able to get in the gaps a little bit better, be able to get in passing lanes a little bit better. And, like I mentioned earlier, he gives us another guy who can make a 3, and then he gives us another guy who can go create his own shot, off the bounce. So, mid-year transfers are tough. It may not be perfect December 17th, but, I just want TJ to be good January, February.
What kind of challenge you expect from Southern Illinois?
We haven't played him in a while. I played him my first year here, and the first thing I thought, they dove the big white kid they had. He dove right into the bench, man, and knocked over everybody. I was like, man, we gotta get some guys in here. They were good. And so I know it's a great rivalry. I know a lot of people were disappointed it went away. So excited to get that back, and hopefully the crowd will support that next Tuesday night because they're the ones who've been asking for it. I'd love to schedule, A, B, and C, but, we've got some great regional rivalry games now. And so we need to come out and, and show the appreciation to these guys. But I know they're struggling a little bit right now. I just, I think they're 2-7, is that right? 2-7. They lost the other day at home at Western. I don't know much about their team right now. I won't start on them till probably late this week. Really just worry more about our team and get a chance to really focus in, hone in on recruiting a little bit this week. But I know, Henson's background, Coach Henson, tremendous success at Missouri State. Oral Roberts worked for Bill Self recently at Kansas. So, I know they're going to be well prepared for us. I don't know yet. Eric hasn't talked to me yet this morning about it. Just kind of waiting on Eric to tell me the latest. From what I know, I believe he has a doctor's appointment this week. I'm not sure of the date, but we'll know more from there, and then we'll try to work him back in. But Ivan Aska playing with a pad on his hand in a highly competitive game, and Zay Henderson playing with it, as a sophomore. I don't know how he'll respond. I got to see how that, are we better with him out there? Are we better with the next guy out there? I don't know until we see how that kind of goes. But he hasn't been cleared that I've been told yet. So I wouldn't look for him really if he doesn't, till maybe really after we get back from the holidays, just being realistic to get back into practice, to get the pad off, to get in game shape again.